Hey guys, and welcome back. Check out our main website, stumpthespread.com, where you can register a free account to stay up on all the latest at Stump the Spread. Check out our daily free plays every single day. And for those on mobile, things look a little different but function the same way. Register a free account, log in, and access all of our picks every day. Heading into today's college basketball pick video play, going to be talking about this matchup here out in the Pac-12 tournament between Washington State and Oregon. Give our lean on who we feel has the better edge against the spread. Washington State coming into this one today as about 11-point underdogs. And this is a Washington State basketball program that's gotten very used to finishing in the basement of the league standings. We actually thought the Cougars might have a little bit more of a chance to be competitive within the Pac-12 this year, given the fact that they opened up the non-conference, winning their first 6 games in a row, including some pretty nice wins against teams like St. Joe's, St. Mary's, and San Diego State. But those results quickly diminished, and Washington State went right back to what we've been used to seeing from them in previous years as they closed out the non-conference not looking so great and then carrying that over into Pac-12 play. So after opening up the non-conference 6-0, since that point, Washington State has only gone on to win 6 out of their last 24 games. It's been about 2 to 3 months here of just really big-time struggles by and large for the Cougars. But interestingly enough, last week, Washington State on their home court was able to upset the Oregon Ducks, picking up that win by a final of 78-76. This was an even bigger surprise when you look at what Oregon had done around that defeat, picking up some pretty nice wins of their own. Maybe they got complacent. They took the matchup for granted, but at the end of the day, Washington State was able to pick up that nice upset win. About a month earlier, Washington State went on the road against Oregon, and it was a pretty ugly result there for the Cougars, losing in that tough atmosphere in Eugene at Oregon by a final of 57-84. So they have one complete demolition from Oregon, and then they also have that win more recently against the Ducks. It'll be interesting to see if we get a competitive rematch here on the neutral site, or if Oregon's able to refocus their efforts and win more in a convincing fashion like they were able to earlier within conference play. But we did fade Washington State in their regular season finale. They came into that one at home against Oregon State as very slight underdogs, and the Cougars just completely dropped the ball. They got throttled, losing by a final of 67-92. And Washington State, for whatever reason, they've just had a propensity to really just lose by large sums of points within league play. They're not very good at keeping things consistently competitive, which is usually a sign of a pretty bad team. Washington State, they've had the occasional good performance where they've been able to pick up a win here or there within league play, particularly on their home court, but those just haven't been coming consistently for the Cougars, who have on the year a negative plus-minus of about -5 points. So talking about the Oregon Ducks now, this is an Oregon team that came into the year with some expectations. They probably haven't lived up quite to the goals that they had set for themselves, but not a bad team by any means. 20-11 overall, 10-8 within the Pac-12. Oregon brought in some intriguing transfer prospects this year, and although they've been able to work those guys in, it's just been taking some time for everyone to hit everything at the right moment, getting these new pieces worked in. But Oregon, they've been a respectable team, going 10-8 within the Pac-12, and more recently, they finished up their homestand back-to-back wins against Arizona State and Arizona. Coming off those great wins, Oregon went on the road against Washington State, of course, had that disappointing defeat, but then in their regular season finale on the road against Washington, taking down the Huskies in a nice win by a final of 72-64. The Ducks on the year, 63rd in the nation in scoring average, 153rd in total team defense, and a plus-minus of about +7 points. So on a game-to-game average, Oregon's been right at about 12 points better than Washington State, and not a big surprise seeing them right at around that in terms of being favored by 11 points in this rematch. But we expect the Ducks to be a bit more focused than they were in that road matchup against Washington State last week, and we wouldn't be surprised to see a similar kind of result to what the Ducks were able to do to the Cougars a bit earlier within league play, picking up that win by a final of 84-57. Probably not getting quite to that level of blowout, but if the Ducks don't win this one by double digits, we'd certainly be a bit surprised. So with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and side with the Oregon Ducks here to come through, get their revenge against the Cougars as they go on to cover this 11-point spread. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. You disagree, give it a thumbs down. And thanks, guys, for stopping on in for today's pick video play. Hope to see you in the future. Bye.